So we have seen this staggering spike, as I just referred to, in the number of cases out of China. Now, that's been attributed to the fact that the way that cases are diagnosed and the way that they're referred to has changed. That's because they no longer require a lab test. It's fine if you have the symptoms which are consistent with coronavirus, then you may be counted. Do you think that that is the full explanation behind the rise in figures?
No. To be honest, I don't. I think that's part of the explanation because they're recognizing that there is transmission from people who have very mild symptoms, not the extreme of pneumonia and so on. But honestly, there's been a backlog of testing. Many parts of the country have reported running out of test kits. In Wuhan, before he died, the great Li Wenliang, the physician who sounded the alarm and was punished for doing so, was asking on February 2nd, February 3rd, before he died, we desperately need more test kits. We're running out. I think we're seeing a surge of backlogged testing coming forward. It doesn't seem to fit the kind of very strict definition of the cases that they're talking about. And then the other issue is, why did the death rates bump up as well? You know, if all they were doing was adjusting for mild cases and you know, creating this larger number, the death toll should have stayed at the same incremental increase daily that we've seen for a long time. Why did deaths go up as well? Or didn't,
And Laurie,
I mean, didn't make sense.
Does it have the possibility as well to be, does it have the possibility to be confused as well with other influenzas? Because if you're not being lab tested for coronavirus and you have respiratory symptoms, or as you mentioned, even gastrointestinal symptoms and others that haven't really been spoken about, it surely could be a myriad of other problems and diseases and viruses. So is it even an accurate way to go about this?
Well, that raises another point, Bianca, which is that we don't have any data about people dying of other causes in Wuhan, in Hubei. We know that people are, you know, quarantined into their homes and may or may not be getting medication for underlying diseases they have. We know that people don't have access to health care if they're not part of the epidemic response. So it's very confusing to try and understand, what are we looking at? Who's dying? How's it verified? Why is the death rate not held at one level and the new infection rate at a completely new level? It's all rather confusing, actually. And I mean, I think, look, if this was happening in the United States on this scale, we would have a hard time keeping up with the data and handling it properly. Any country would. So I'm prepared to cut a lot of slack here. But we have seen over the course of this epidemic some pretty egregious misstatements of data, misstatements of numbers, downplaying the scale of the epidemic for a very long time. And I think, you know, a certain amount of skepticism is merited.